Hey, Miss Marion here. We are going to go ahead and go over to a table. Make sure that you have a note page because you'll need to write down some stuff. So let's go ahead and go through this. All right, so let's write down the I can statement. Well, actually, you don't need to write down the I can statement. So I can use a two-way frequency table or relative frequency table to find associations among variables. This is our goal, and so this is what we're going to be looking at for today. This marginal frequency information is actually its own page, and it says marginal frequency. Let's go ahead and write the definition. And it is the sum of the rows and columns in a two-way table. You also need to write down your characteristics. All of the numbers in this, they're positives. So notice how we have all these totals on the outer side of the table. This is what is considered a marginal frequency. Make sure you write it down. So the marginal frequency table, you need to tape it in on page 101 so you have those definitions. And we'll talk about totals a little bit further when we start doing examples. On the back side of the two-way table notes, so that's the other piece of paper, we have two-way tables. So the definition, it displays two categories of data collected from the same source. Go ahead and write down that definition in this area of your notes. And then we need the characteristics. It is a table. It can also be used to draw conclusions about categories that are related. So go ahead and write down the definition and characteristics. Next, we're going to talk about joint frequency. So that's one on the bottom. And we're going to write down the definition where each entry of a two-way table. Again, they're also positive numbers as the characteristics. And this is an example of joint frequency. So make sure you have the definition, and then make sure you have the characteristics. All right, so let's turn to the front side of our note page. And where it has two-way tables, again, the definition, it displays two categories of data collected from the same source. Will you write down this definition on the front side of the two-way table note page? Right underneath the definition, we have an example. You randomly survey students in a school about their last test grade and whether they studied for the test. The results of the survey are shown in the two-way table. So notice we have grade over here, we have passed and failed, and then we have our students who studied and did not study. So a joint frequency is where it comes together. Notice how this says 21 students passed who studied, and then 2 passed who did not study. Notice how this is the students who failed and studied, and notice these are the ones who failed and did not study. So let's answer the question, how many students in the survey studied for the test and passed? So studied for the test and passed. So studied and passed, that would be 21. All right, so then again, here we're going to go ahead and make a two-way table. And it says you randomly survey students between the ages of 12 and 17 whether they ride the bus to school in the morning. The results are shown in the tally sheets. And then here we're going to make a two-way table. So we are going to have 12 to 13, 14 to 15, and then 16 to 17. And we also need our total, the marginal frequency. That's the totals. So here we have ride, bus, don't ride bus, and again our marginal frequency, which is our totals on the side. All right, so that's 5, 10, 15, 20, and then 1, 2, 3, 24. So in there, we're going to go ahead and put in 24. And then let's 14 to 15, 5, 10, there's 12. All right, 16 to 17, 5, 10, and 14. And then let's go ahead and let's add these downward. Let's do 24 plus 12 plus 14. So grab your calculator. And in here should be 50. And then now let's go ahead and let's do don't ride the bus. And let's do 12 to 13. So 5, 10, 15, and then 16. So we have 16. And then we have 14 to 15 is 5, 10, 13. Oops, that was the highlighter. And then 16 to 17, 5, 10, 15, 20, 21. Oh, again, I did the highlighter. Hold on. 21. Let's add downward 16. Grab a calculator. 16 plus 13 plus 21. That's 50. And then if we add these two together sideways, then our answer should be 100. And that's the full total here. And then let's come back and let's add the totals per row. So let's do 24 plus 16. So 24 plus 16 should be 40. And then let's do 12 plus 13. That is 25. And then 14 plus 21. That is 35. And then let's add downward to make sure it's 100. So 40 plus 25 plus 35, that should be 100. Awesome. So this is our table for our riding buses as far as the students themselves. So now we're going to go ahead, we'll put it that way. We're going to go ahead and now we're making a table that is for each age group. So that's actually, we're actually doing it by row. And so again, we're going to go ahead and we're going to set up our two-way table. So we have ride, bus, don't ride bus. And then we have 12 to 13, 14 to 15, and then 16 to 17. And so we are going to do what is called the relative frequency table. So we are going to go ahead, we're going to take the 24, and we're going to divide it by 40. So we're going to grab our calculator, so we're going to say 24 divided by 40. So if we do 24 divided by 40 in our calculator, we are going to go ahead and get 0.6. And we actually need 2 decimal places, and then we're going to make it a percentage. So it's going to be 60%. And then we're going to go ahead and say 16 divided by 40 for the don't ride. Let's put that in a different color. So 16 divided by 40. And 16 divided by 40 is 0.4. We need it as 2 decimal places, so that's 40%. And then we're going to do it the 14, 15-year-olds. 12 divided by 25. So we have it as 12 divided by 25. 12 divided by 25 is 0.48, so that's 48%. And then we're going to do 13 divided by 25. 13, 25, that's 0.52, so that's 52%. And then we have 16 to 17 years, that's 14 divided by 35. Divide that out, we get 0.4. So that is 40%. And then we're going to do 21 divided by 35. And if we do that, we get 0.6, so that should be 60%. Okay, so this is our relative frequency table for each age group. So that was the side-to-side kind of stuff. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to answer the question. It says, what percentage of students in the survey ride the bus to school? All right, so what percentage of students in the survey ride the bus to school? So if we have it as far as pretty much we're looking at as like for each age group, right? And so we're going to say for the 12 to 13 is 60%. 14 to 15 is 48%. And then 16 to 17 is 40%. And then what is the percentage that do not ride it to school? So we're going to say 12 to 13 is 40%. So this is like ride, don't ride, right? So pretty much we're just going to rewriting the table that we have. And then we have 16 to 17, and then we have 60%, right? So this is a two-way table. We have ride as far as with age group, and we have don't ride as the age group. And actually, if you look at this, notice how we go from 60, 48 to 40. You know, why would this these go down? If you kind of think about it, a lot of students start driving cars at 16, and so they might be getting a car, and so they don't have to ride the bus anymore to school. So if you do not understand and know how to do this, please make sure you go ahead and pause, go back, rewind it to make sure you know how to do both just a two-way table and then for each age group, so either by row or by column. So you're going to go ahead and take this page, go ahead and tape it on page 97 in your workbook so you can actually have it on your quiz on Friday. So today's homework is 8th grade math two-way tables worksheet. Make sure you put the answers into Canvas, and I hope you have a good day. Thanks. Bye.